Hi everyone, we're going to do the final part of this. It's part of aerobic respiration.
Yep.
And it's oxidative phosphorylation. And oxidative phosphorylation is the electron transport chain and chemiosmosis together. They're happening at the same time, and it's called a coupled process. I'm not going to write that. Listen to me. A coupled, like two people who love each other, process. Something that gets done, in a way.
They're a good team.
Yes, they team up together. They work well together. I don't know. Do you know anyone else who works well together?
We do!
Woo! Okay. We're going to start with the electron transport chain, etc.
Etc.
Yeah. It's on the mitochondrial membrane.
As you know, the link reaction happened in the cristae, or the mitochondrial matrix. This happens on the membrane, which is what surrounds the mitochondrial matrix.
Honey, you're confused. We're still on the cristae. The mitochondrial membrane is the cristae.
Never mind.
Never mind. I'm sorry, I love you.
Yeah.
But yes, the mitochondrial membrane, she was not wrong. She was trying to show you what you might get confused about. The mitochondrial membrane is the cristae.
Which is misspelled, but that's okay.
Yes, it is. Because I knew what it was!
Shush!
And it's made up of a series of proteins. Plus prosthetic, excuse my spelling.
Or inorganic.
Prosthetic groups, which, yes, as she said, are inorganic.
Meaning they do not contain oxygen.
They ain't got that carbon.
What she said.
Yeah, that's what she said. Got that carbon, huh? They want the sea. Okay. And the main components, so it's made of proteins and prosthetic groups, but the main ones of these are called, where'd it go? I forgot the word. The word. Where's the word, Caroline? Oh, they're cytochromes. Cytochromes. Don't forget it like I did. You'll need to know it. Cytochromes. So cytochromes are the main parts, but it's made of like the broad thing and then the exact thing. And the big picture is that the electron transport chain involves passing electrons, these are my little electrons, from one to another of these proteins. And as they go, they give off energy which powers the protein. And this protein is a pump, and it's going to take protons, I'm just going to do little plus signs, protons are positive, from here and sends them into here.
The inner membrane space.
So that it builds up a gradient so that osmosis works, which we'll get into that. That's in chemiosmosis. But you want more pluses over here than over here. And that's what these protons do. These proteins do. Electron transport chain. It's
energy.
It's energy going from one protein pump to the next, supplying energy. Well, electron is passed from one protein pump to the next. It supplies energy for the protein pump to put protons through the pump and out into the other side, which is the inner membrane space. We're taking from the matrix and putting it outside, building up a gradient so that chemiosmosis can happen. Yes.
There you go. Mouthful.
The energy released. Well, yes, I said that. Okay. Where are we getting these electrons, Caroline?
Gee. Could it be Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No!
Oh!
It is NADH and the fad. It has returned.
The fad has now got 2 helpers.
It is
That's
big and
what
bad.
we'll use. We got all big and bad, y'all. Okay. And we're going to compare these two. NADH gives you 3 ATP. FADH2 gives you 2 ATP.
Because it's just a fad, it's not going to have as much energy as the one that's been around there for a while. It's been established in society.
Kind of. Think of it more like this. Let's say this little hill is our electron transport chain. NADH is going to go in up here. And so when it rolls down the hill, it builds up a lot of energy. But if FADH2, which goes in lower on the electron transport chain or our hill, it won't build up as much energy as the one at the top of the hill.
Because, like I said, the one that's been there longest has been up here on the top of the hill. Well, FADH, the fad.
They got farther to fall, so we're going to hear about them doing drugs a lot sooner before them.
Yeah.
It's a bigger blow to our society for them to be messed up. So you know what NADH got? NADH got the power.
It's got the power!
Okay. I'm not going to pretend. We so rehearsed that. Oxygen, it's called oxidative phosphorylation for a reason. Because oxygen is down here. We got our little O's. And as this goes, which it's energy. And the energy is a proton. It was a proton. It's an H. It's got an H in it. It's hydrogen. And the hydrogen gets down here, and it's all lonely. So oxygen comes by, picks up 2, and we get H2O.
Yep. Oxygen is a pimp. It has to have 2
helpers.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's called oxidative phosphorylation because oxygen is the final electron acceptor, and it receives 2 electrons and binds with 2 hydrogen ions to form water. Because we all love water, especially me.
Yes. She'd kill for water
now.
She'd kill for water.
Okay. Now, I should point this out. No ATP. There's none here. But wait, Megan, I thought electron transport chain made all these ATP. Well, it doesn't. Your life is a lie.
What?
Okay. It sets up a gradient. Remember that gradient I talked about with the pumps where there's more on the outside than the inside? Well, electron transport chain builds the gradient so that chemiosmosis can come in and just make all these ATP. It just goes crazy. It's shooting out ATP everywhere.
It's had too much diet Mountain Dew.
Like Caroline. So, we're going to do chemiosmosis. And I'm going to film this, and she's going to write chemiosmosis while I clean the board.
Alright. So, while she is doing that, I will explain or recap what chemiosmosis is. Alright. So, as you might see from this diagram, you see there's this thing that we haven't explained yet called the ATP synthase. Which I think I might just have written on you, Megan. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was leaning all up in your bubble.
So, we are going to use this in this diagram. Alright, there are more protons in the inner membrane space than in the matrix. Like she said a billion times, just in case you don't quite understand that yet. And because of this, these little protons are going to come and join on this beautiful ATP synthase, our little synthase man.
Yep. See, I wrote him in. His name is Synthase Man. He shoots out proton ATP at everyone. Yeah, kind of like this. What was it again? Show us. Synthase, man! ATP synthase, y'all. Okay. Alright. So, here's the marker. Osmosis! This is the one we're doing. It's called oxidative phosphorylation once again because oxygen is the last one to pick